20th of March 2015, returning the call for the man that's just hung up on me.
Thank you for calling
I'm going to try and get him back.
Pensions. We called you earlier, but you were unavailable. You do not need to call us back, as we will contact you again if we need to. Thank you. Part of Department for Work and Pensions. Please be aware that this call may incur a charge. You can ring this service using either the 0345 or 0845 dialing code. Check with your phone company which code is cheaper for you. This number is for benefit inquiries only. If you are calling to make a new claim to benefit, please redial 0800 055 6688. You have 5 options. For income support, please press 1. For job seekers allowance, press 2. For employment and support allowance, press 3. For incapacity benefit, press 4. To notify us of someone who has died, press 5. Or hold to hear these options again. Your call may be monitored or recorded for legal and training purposes and to help us improve our services.
Contact Centre Job Seekers Inquiries. Paul speaking, how can I help?
Hello there, I've a problem. I was wondering if you could help me with it. Well, I signed on Tuesday and I was due a payment today. I didn't get a payment, so I phoned up. Turns out I've had a sanction which I've been outrageously angry about, and I've complained about it, and I was told I would receive a call 3 hours later. I received a call 3 hours later, and in the middle of the conversation, the man suddenly randomly asked me, "Oh, by the way, are you recording the call?" And I couldn't understand why he was asking me that. Why would just suddenly, in the middle of conversation, ask me if I'm recording the call, and then tell me he's got to end the call? Because I was trying to ask him why he was asking me that. It's the most unfathomable thing I've ever heard of, but I'd just like basically to some answers, please, because I've been sanctioned incorrectly. They've said that I've not brought evidence with me to my sign-ons, which is absolutely ludicrous. I've got all of my evidence dating back for the last 6 months. It's just stupid, and I've got it all. It's just... So basically I'm phoning back to find out what the hell's going on.
Right, so have you asked for a mandatory reconsideration? Have you asked the decision maker to look at it again when you rang earlier?
Yeah, that's what I did, yeah.
Right, so that's as far as I can go with it, unfortunately. Just give me your national insurance number, I'll see if they put any notes on.
Yeah. The point is that the man cut me off when he did call me back. He cut me off halfway through the call. What's that all about?
Well, it's very unethical and it's very rude, and he shouldn't have done it. But do you know who you're speaking to? Did he give his name?
No, he didn't give his name, no. But he did say he was from the DWP.
Yeah, well, that's probably about 50,000 of us at DWP.
Yeah.
Leave it with me, I'll have a look on the handover sign. What's your name and address?
Its address is...
Thank you. Just final security questions for you so I can access your claim. What's your marital status? Which day do you normally sign?
Sorry?
Which day do you normally go in to sign?
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. And which bank have you asked for your payments to go into?
It's going into...
Right, okay. Let's just have a look at the handover systems and I can see if we can find out who it was.
Because he basically turned around in the middle of the conversation and says... he started asking me if I was recording the call. And I asked him why have you suddenly just decided to ask me that. And he says, I have to end the call. And hung up on me, pretty much. Yeah, the point being, even if I was recording the call, what, that's a bit absurd. You're DWP record the calls.
We're allowed to.
Well, I think anybody's allowed to, really.
Well, was this about 4:30 that this person rang you?
Sorry?
Was it about 4:30?
Yeah, it was a later call, yeah. I've been on hold about 15-20 minutes trying to get back onto you. I called back straight away.
Which has gone for mandatory consideration.
The whole thing's very suspicious, by the way, mate. I'm not kidding you, by the way. It really isn't. I've had complaints since at least 3 months since I started my claim in August. I had suspicions way before, but the way the job centre's just been run is absolutely diabolical. You know,
Do you want me to take a formal complaint from you?
well, I'm going to be issuing a formal complaint anyway on paper, and I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be issuing the same complaint to the, you know, it's basically public record. Is my case now. It's in the public domain. You know, it's just stupid what they're doing. And they know damn well they've been informed that they've been investigated. The DWP, in particular, a certain team that I've been dealing with. Creating appointments 8 weeks and 5 days before the actual appointment. I mean, physically printing the letter out 8 weeks and 5 days before an appointment, and then making it land on the very day the appointment was due. And when I asked the manager about it, why has that happened? She says, oh, it's just appointments we're making, you know, just before Christmas. Even though it's the 22nd of August, that's a whole third of the year before Christmas. You know what I mean? So there's just ludicrous, and it was for a Saturday. And they know I've got kids, and they know I've got kids on the weekends, which I stated from day one. And then she turned around and went, "Well, you've not mentioned that to anyone when you've come in here." And I've been screaming it till I'm, just loads of little things like that. And what's happening is I've been picking up on them and challenging on them. And I began recording sessions covertly in February of 2015. Since August of 2014 up to February, I was just absolutely inundated with harassment. I think is the only way to describe it, just sheer harassment. And when I physically made an appointment to come in on my own time to interview the manager, I had 48 minutes of absolute BS, all recorded covertly. And they've completely and utterly and entirely swept the matter under the rug, and they're basically personally targeting me. That's my claim straight up. Gross negligence, incompetence. They've had the compliance department out to the premises, and I've beat them hands down because I'm clearly telling the truth from day dot. I've been very open and transparent on record. Jim Cuthbertson from the compliance department has admitted that we're being very frank and open about everything. There was 2 separate reports made by the same person, one in conversations in the job centre and another one to the compliance department, which completely contradicted her own notes and my notes on that very day in question. You know, this is literal harassment what's going on. And because I've been picking up on all the little tricks and all the little things that they've been doing that lead people into sanction just because they've got bloody targets and they're under pressure to meet the targets, I think that's what's going on. I think it's a culture of it now. And they're taking advantage of people who are some smarter than others. You know, some people just end up storming out the bloody job centre, even though they're completely entitled to it. They've done everything they're being asked to do, but they're getting hard times. And there's no absolute 100% no recourse whatsoever. These work coaches and advisors can literally sanction somebody, and there will be no recourse, no remit, no redress for them, no consequences for them whatsoever. And 75% of sanctions have been overturned. That means 75%. 75 out of 100 people that have been sanctioned has turned out they shouldn't have been sanctioned, and the sanction's been overturned. But when you get sanctioned and you lose your housing benefit and you go homeless, like I am right now, homeless, already destitute, and now my money's been stopped on top of it, and I've got endorsement letters from my MP, Avanta, formerly known as EOS, who's been assisting me and completely behind me 100%, that I'm completely committed to finding jobs. I'm producing evidence better than anyone they've ever seen, in their words. Yet somebody at the job centre saying I didn't produce evidence when I've got a meticulously kept record of the last 6 months of evidence still right here in front of me now. I could literally recite the job codes that I've written down for the last 6 months, utterly, entirely. And they're claiming I'm not bringing evidence down. And I've recorded the sessions with me actually having the evidence there. So they're clearly, personally targeting me because I have gone out of my way to show them up for what they're doing, to call them out on their actions.
You've already been in touch with the MP, you said?
I've already been in touch with the MP, but they know as well as I do, because they've delayed it right up until now. They know the election, and my MP will no longer be an MP by the end of March. They know this, so it's going to delay it. So I've no longer got the backing of my MP. They know this. It's all in perfect timing, and they've literally 100. I could literally, if I was to meet you within the next hour, I could literally put in my hand not just my evidence, all the letters, everything, chronologically, meticulously kept in a big fat folder right now, all in binders, all neatly kept, and I can bring out all of my evidence. So for them to turn around and say, oh well, he's not not brought any evidence in. And I clearly have. I mean, the last session I had, I'm sat there stating I'm here it's my legal right to sign on, I want to sign on, and here is my evidence. On tape! I've recorded it, me saying this. And then Friday, when, today, I checked, got the bank checked, no money. Phoned up, why are you being sanctioned? Oh, why have I been sanctioned? Failing to produce evidence. What? I mean, do you know where I'm going? It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? I mean, I can't explain their behaviour other than it's completely and utterly criminal. And there's no recourse. They will not be held accountable for this. The woman who had the compliance department sent out to the premises, and the compliance department, Jean Cuthbertson, completely backed us up. We proved his case. And he admitted that basically there was a report stating that I stated something at the Jobcentre that I didn't state. Only when I went and actually questioned it, and the Jobcentre checked on the conversations section of the window, they looked it up and went, hold on a minute, that can't be right, because she's backed up what you said on that day. And I went, yeah, I know, so why is there a separate report from her stating the opposite? She's done 2 reports on the same day, contradicting themselves, put one on conversations on the actual system, and then a different one, worded differently, to the compliance department. I've called her out on it, and nothing's been done about it, no accountability. And this is what I've been pulling them on. This is the kinds of things I've been pulling them on, because I might be on Jobcentre, on job seekers, but I'm no bum. I'm highly trained. I've had military training. I'm meticulous at record keeping. I'm a reporter, an investigative reporter. I'm an IT technician. I'm logically problem-solving minded. And that is why I can spot all the criminal activity going on, because to me it's obvious. And I've called them up on it, and now I've been targeted. They've deliberately lied, and I've actually recorded the last 4 sign-on sessions. Literally, because I have no choice, because they've literally told me to my face, you need to ask for our consent. And they've told me, basically, that nobody, absolutely 100% nobody, will consent to being recorded. Well, but I still need to record the criminal behaviour going on. So it's not like I've just signed on in August of 2014 and started being a prick. It's been after 6 months of harassment, and then it's got to February of 2015, and I've said enough's enough. I'm not getting any redress, I'm not getting any remedy, I'm not getting any due consideration for my complaints. They're not treating me with respect. They're not treating me as a human being. I'm already destitute and homeless, and now they've just cut my money off, and now I'm going to starve. And they're going to fob me off with hardship payments and bloody food banks, as if I'm not already under enough pressure. Not only will I get my money back because I've got that much overwhelming evidence, not only will I get this money back, but I'm also going to put in for compensation. A week's worth of job seekers allowance on top of what they owe me for every week that I'm under distress and alarmed through destitution. I mean, I'm hoping, praying to God this call's recorded on your end, and I severely hope it gets put into due consideration. I want this recorded call as part of my complaint.
But you can do that, you can put that in writing.
Yeah, it's all going in writing. I've no choice now. I'm gonna have to go back to when I first made a claim with Job Seekers Allowance as a new claimant, and literally document from all the official documentation, all the official letters, all the notes from the work coaches, and literally make my case on just how corrupt the Jobcentre is. Not just that I'm innocent and that I did indeed produce. Not only did I produce evidence, I produced a mountain of evidence for my job search. I am meticulous by nature. You might even call it OCD. You want to see my job search evidence. You want to see it. For them to turn around and go, no evidence, it's criminal what they're doing, and I want all this on record, and I'm going after them, and I'm putting my claims in against them, every single one of them.
Well, the first thing I can do, the thing I can do for you now is listen to that. It's all recorded, so it will go on the record.
Please, yeah.
We need to get the Benefit Centre to do a reconsideration, which is what you asked for earlier.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be going a little further than that. I'm going to go back down to EOS, and I'm still going to see if I can catch my MP before the office closes, because I'm not letting this one go. This is going all the way now. The investigation as the evidence I've got on my case alone. I mean, 75, DWP's own figures show 75 out of 100 people are getting their sanctions overturned. But if it's 4 weeks or 6 weeks or 3 months or 3 years, either way, when you get made destitute and it turned out it shouldn't have been done, and it's 75% of the cases that this is happening to, why wouldn't somebody use their bloody brains and go, hold on a minute, don't you think that the people at Jobcentre are getting a little bit too much power just sanctioning willy-nilly and causing all this distress and alarm, which is actually against human rights? What they're doing, they say that it's legally allowed because we've agreed to it in contract. We never agreed to be threat. To have our human rights violated by being made sanctioned incorrectly and unlawfully without due consideration and actual evidence, when I have evidence to suggest otherwise. I have evidence to suggest otherwise, but I have to go through 4 weeks of sanction first before I'll get appealed. He tried to tell me, last time I signed on Tuesday, he tried to tell me it's going to get referred to a decision maker. I said, a decision maker within the Jobcentre? He went, no, a decision maker's a third party body. I went, you're lying to me face, Tom. I says, third party independent body doesn't come until the appeals department after you've been sanctioned. By then, you've lost your money, you've been made destitute, and you've been caused distress and alarm. So I know the procedures better than the goddamn work people in the Jobcentre.
The decision makers are in the Benefit Centre, so they are third parties to the Jobcentre, if that's what he was meaning.
No, the actual decision makers, they might be in from a separate department, but they are within the Jobcentre. It's not until it gets to the appeal body that it really is a third party body. Just because the person doesn't know me, the decision maker, you can't call it third party. Just because the decision maker doesn't personally know me, the decision maker works within the Jobcentre, and they literally have the Jobcentre's interests at heart. Well, for a start, they've sanctioned me without my side of things, haven't they? They've only taken the work coach's side of things and gone, oh, not produced evidence, well, that's reason enough to sanction. But when it's incorrect and a lie, is it reasonable then? No, but he wouldn't know that, so it's not been an impartial third party decision making, has it? Because he's not really made an impartial decision because he's only got one side of it.
Well, this decision you're waiting for now has not even gone to the decision maker yet, has it? The guy put the phone down. So that's what I'm trying to get this to the decision maker in the Benefit Centre,
right?
The Jobcentre. They are an outside. Well, they obviously work for
Hell.
the GP, but they work in the Benefit Centre. So I need to send that off now. Just send it to.
Yeah, because you know what? If I got a call tomorrow to go down for 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, I sign on for 1:15 anyway on a Tuesday. If I was to go down, I'd bring the very same evidence that I bring every week. They know I've got a big red folder and meticulously kept in plastic wallets. They know this. And I could bring and produce my evidence tomorrow. No evidence. I mean, who's doing this to me? Who's doing this to me? Who put that report in? I want to know who put that referral in, because I'm going after him.
Okay, can you just confirm your phone numbers that you want ringing?
Yeah.
Right, okay, I've got that. I'll get that off straight away, and you'll get your call back between 9 and 12 on Monday.
Thank you. Can I have your name, please?
My name's Paul at Blackpool.
Paul, you've listened to every word I've said, and you've been nothing but sympathetic as far as I can tell, and I appreciate that. And I just hope that this call really does go down and somebody actually listens to it and really listens. I'm not making this up. I'm not sprouting shit.
No.
Do you know, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm saying clearly. I clearly know what I'm saying. I understand. I've got good concept of understanding my reality and the true nature of reality, and I can articulate myself very well, and I'm not bullshitting. I'm not reading off a script. I know what I'm talking about, and I know I've done no wrong. And I know they're lying. I know just not that these sanctions shouldn't be wrong. I also know that they are physically, intentionally lying. Deliberately lying. And I think it's not just about meeting targets for sanctions anymore with me. It's personal with me now, because I've called them up on their mistakes and flaws.
Right. Okay, so that's been sent for you. So as I say, wait your call back from the mandatory consideration Monday between 9 and 12.
I really appreciate your time, mate. Thanks for the call.
Okay then. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.